going on YouTube? The Apophis here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little domination. I know, more domination. Sue me, cry about it later. My channel, I do what the fuck I want. On slums with the Scar, with millimeter scanner and silencer. I started running the Scar again because I need long shots. It's the only thing I need left, and I get my gold camo for this, and I can move on to the next assault rifle. But until I get those long shots, I'm going to keep trying for them. Even though it's kind of counterproductive because I could be earning headshots with other weapons right now. I was hoping that if I threw the millimeter scanner on, I would have a better crosshair to get my long shots with. But it turns out Slums is not a very good map for long shots. Neither is Hijacked, but you probably guessed that one. So if you have a good idea for what map I should try to get my long shots on, I would greatly appreciate you dropping that in the comments below. What maps were you able to get your long shots on for the assault rifles? Because it's just not happening for me. So today I have two topics that I want to cover. One of them because I'm absolutely disgusted by it, and the other one because I started to notice a few things that are currently kind of trending on YouTube, and I wanted to talk about those. So we're going to start with the one that absolutely disgusts me. Now here's my little disclaimer on this. If you're religious, I think that's fantastic. I truly honestly believe that you have all the right in the world to believe in whatever entity, higher power, or whatever it may be that you feel like. Just the same, you have the exact same right to not believe in anything either. There's no problem with either of those two scenarios. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. I think it's great that people that are religious firmly believe in their religion because most of the time it inspires them to do good things. And I'm perfectly okay with that. And I'm just as okay with you not being religious because you're inspired to ask questions. Okay, and I'm not saying that if you're religious you don't ask questions. I really don't want to get into what's right and wrong. I think both answers are correct. That is totally not the point. What disgusts me, however, is when people hide behind religion as a mask. They put up the front that they're religious so they don't have to do certain things, or so that their radical actions are automatically okay because it was done in the name of religion. If you're not very big at keeping up with current events on the internet, you're probably wondering, what the hell is the Apophis talking about? Well, recently there was a story ran on Yahoo as well as a few other websites that report the news about this girl who's a server at Applebee's. She had a table of a party of more than 8, so it's more than 8 people came in to eat, and she took care of the entire table the whole night long. She gave them their receipt or their bill at the end of the night, and typically when you pay with a credit card, you get the receipt back and there's a little slot for the tip, and you write in the tip and then add them together to the total cost and write the total so that the restaurant knows what to charge your card. Well, this customer happened to be a pastor, and on the receipt she wrote, yes, it was a she wrote, "I only tip God 10%, why do you deserve 18?" and didn't tip the waitress. Now, I'm perfectly fine with them not tipping the waitress. If she was doing bad at her job, a 0 tip is fully acceptable. But you need to leave it at that. Instead, they went the dickhead route and tried to pull the religious card and say, "Why are you better than God?" Well, it happens to be this girl gets home. She posts this receipt on Reddit, a picture of it. Mind you, this receipt had no personal information other than the person's signature, which was mostly cut off. People noticed this person's signature and they started getting a hold of the pastor going, "You're going viral on the internet. You're going viral on the internet." Well, the pastor, clearly embarrassed by her actions, decided to call the Applebee's and complain, demanding that all the managers, to include the people that were on the clock and the waitress that took care of them, be fired for posting this picture on the internet. Now, my question is if you're going to be a dickhead about it, why should somebody keep that private? If you're going to treat somebody like shit, I feel no sympathy for you if your reputation is blasted for it. That was the pastor's claim, is that her reputation was tarnished now that this picture got out. Well, if you gave a shit about your reputation, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. The reason she writes this on the receipt is so that people see it. She wants attention. She wanted to say that I don't agree with this automatic gratuity that was put in, which was company policy for Applebee's. It was their policy to put in an 18% gratuity for for parties bigger than 8. So that's what they did. There was no added request for more money. However, the pastor decided that $0 was fitting because she tips God every Sunday. Now, that is using religion in a negative manner. That is using religion as an excuse to be a dickhead to somebody, and that's what I don't agree with. So, I figured I'd just bring that story to light in case some of you are out there experiencing the same thing. Just know that there are people on your side, I guess, that don't agree with the actions of these people. And if by chance you are a religious individual, please, 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 just be yourself and don't hide behind it as a mask. Keep in mind that just because you're religious doesn't make you a good person. Okay, make sure you're a good person outside of religion. And I know that this is the 1% of religious people doing this, and I know that 99% of you are inspired to do good and be caring and compassionate because of your religion. So this is definitely not directed towards anybody. I am just absolutely disgusted with the fact that somebody that's supposed to teach religion and be a leader of religion uses religion as a mask to be an asshole. Okay. Now that that's out of the way and off my chest, I'm sorry I had to share that. It was just bugging the shit out of me. And that's what I use YouTube for, to vent when and where I want. Let's move on to what I call the honeymoon phase. I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube recently about everybody seems to be super hyped about the new maps for Black Ops 2, and they seem to really be enjoying them. But I asked the question, are they really good, or is this just a honeymoon phase? Leave it in the comments below. What do you think? Here's my theory. We've been playing the same 15 maps since November 13th, if I remember correctly, and they're boring, right? We've played them for the last 2 months, and we wanted something new. So basically, we got something new, the new maps, and all of a sudden, we're just instantly jumping on them, calling them good. Really, are they that good? Think about it. When you get a new car, it's the coolest car in the world for the first 2 months, and then it's just a car. And when you get a new game console, right? Like, say you have an Xbox and you jump on the PS3, you're gonna be like, wow, the PS3 really kicks ass for the first 2 months, and then you're like, oh, it's just another game console. To me, these are just other maps, man. Yeah, sure, I like 2 of them a lot. I really, really, truly like Downhill and Mirage. They're my 2 favorite maps out of the whole map pack. And Grind is great because it's super vibrant and colorful, but I hate the way it plays. I honestly do. I think it's a shitty design for the map. However, it is colorful and enjoyable. Now, keep in mind, these are my opinions, and if you crucify somebody for an opinion, I think you're kind of stupid in that manner because we're human beings, and having individual, unique opinions is what makes us different. And I'm perfectly okay if you feel differently. If you truly like Grind, good for you. I'm glad, because that means you're at least getting happiness out of the stuff that you spent money for. Aside from the maps, I think 50% are good, 50% are bad and boring. They all look great, though. I'll give them that. They all look a lot better than the stock ones that came with it, but I just don't like how Grind and Hydro play. I really don't. Hydro's kind of dull, too, though. I do like the water effect in it, but other than that, I'm not a big fan of that map. So I'm wondering if in 2 months, after we've been playing these 4 maps, after they, hitting them in the rotation, if we're going to see a different trend on YouTube of videos coming out about how these maps are shitty, how it's just the same old thing, they're copy and paste maps. I'm really curious to see what happens with the trend as time goes on, because right now I firmly believe that we're all in the honeymoon phase with these maps, and we're just super excited about them because they're new. I even put a video out where I thought, different about some of them until I've played them more. Along with the Peacekeeper, man. The Peacekeeper, the first video I put out on this whole DLC thing, I said I was really enjoying it. The more I use it, the less I like it. I've prestiged it once, and I really don't want to screw with it until I'm done getting all my other camos that I want for the other classes. And I can't really pinpoint why I don't like it. I threw rapid fire on it a little bit earlier tonight, and I seem to like it a little bit more, so it might be a rate of fire thing. I don't know, but there's just something about it that just doesn't sit well with me. That being said, the gun is perfectly as advertised, right? They said it's a hybrid submachine gun assault rifle, and that's so true. You get the mobility of an SMG with the range and the accuracy of the assault rifle. So I'm not knocking the gun in the sense that it's different from what they told us. It's just crap in my hands. You might be completely different. The gun might be amazing for you. And if it is, congrats. Play with it. Enjoy it. At least you got your money's worth. So those are my opinions on the map packs along with the weapon. I haven't played the zombies thing. That zombies mode looks kind of corny to me. I don't play zombies. The whole tag idea is kind of lame to me. If you like it, great. And to recap the religion thing, man, just don't hide behind it. If you're religious, great, and if you're not, great. But don't hide behind atheism to be an asshole either. Just don't be an asshole. It's pretty simple. All right, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you like what you heard or saw, you know what to do. If you want more of it, you know what to do. If you want to help me out more than anything, and I would really, really appreciate it, share it. Just click the share button. Blast this shit on Facebook and Twitter. It would really make my day. And there's 2 videos on the screen for you. Go ahead and watch them. Just for the record, Ashlebug's a little bummed out because the last episode of Titty Tuesday didn't do too well. So if you guys can give that a view and maybe watch it again, that'd be great. She's a little bummed, and I don't like it when she's bummed. So if you guys can do that, that's going to be the video on the left. The video on the right is going to be random. As always, follow me on Twitter to find out what's going on. Currently have 360 Twitter followers, so why don't you come on over and join me over there. And don't forget, guys, Wednesday's Words of Wisdom. I need your submissions, so send me an inbox message with Wednesday's Words of Wisdom as the subject, and we can get that incorporated into the next episode. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate the view. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and don't be a douchebag.